Okay, when you're ready, you can begin.
Okay. All right. So, hey, how's everyone doing? Let me just pull up chat real quick. And while I do that, just give a quick introduction. So, my name is DBcade. I am a eventer / speedrunner, maniac gamer, based in Japan. And I play a lot of fighting games. I play maybe too many, some people would say. But one of the amazing games that I found last year was, and I do mean found, I discovered this game. I had bought it a couple years ago, was Shaman King, Spirit of Shamans for PS1. And it is really become one of my main staples for speedrunning, not just because it has a good balance of mini games and a bunch of mechanics, but the game itself is just very fun, very exciting to watch. And so this game goes by a little bit quickly. There is one section, I'm just going to give a forewarning, there is one section of this game that is a quiz basically, and the only thing I haven't done, I've been having a little bit of a busy schedule, so I haven't studied for the quiz. We're going to try and beat it. It's not necessary. If we did beat it, it gives us a little bonus to our health, but we lose a little bit of attack. And that comes a bit later. But during that section, I don't have a co-commentator today, so I have to be a little bit focused on the quiz, and it's only in Japanese. I'm going to do my best, but it's a trivia also. So it's in trivia, it's really a horrible section, but I hope people enjoy the intense and faces that I make. Let me make sure. I don't know why I'm not seeing chat. Let me check here. Try loading Twitch one more time again here. I'm having a little technical difficulty on my side. Hold on one second. So, oh, okay, there we go. We got live now. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to introduce, I probably do it at the end. I actually had a booklet prepared for this game, but this game is actually made by the same people who made Rumblefish 1 and 2. So, okay, chat, if you're there, I see that we've got 59 viewers. Just let me know if you can see me, if you're around. And if you're a Shaman King fan, definitely drop your Shaman King knowledge during this run, because I am by no means an expert. I've just started reading the manga. From another stream I did, people recommended it. Let me show the settings real quick, just so the run is legit. And right now, the settings don't impact that much, but we just put everything to the easiest mode. It seems to mainly affect the enemy's defense. That should be it, yeah. I think I turned vibration off. Okay. All perfect. Thank you very much, Late Learner-san. Thank you very much. All right. 皆さんよろしくお願いします。今日は英語ばっかり。All right. 3. Hold on, not yet. I gotta get to the right screen. Okay, here we go. From a new game. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So, first up, the way this game works is basically you're playing as Yo, and Yo has to defeat. First, the story's a little confusing with this game. This game eventually doesn't follow the manga, because when this game came out, the manga wasn't finished yet. But first, you make friends with Ryu and his other friends. And this match is very easy because the way this game works is you have your OSP, which is your oversoul power, and that's kind of like a buffer between your health. Now, the funny thing about this is your main health gauge, SMP, can't be damaged until you lose all your OSP. But this is the only match in the game where the enemy will have 0 OSP. And some characters have more, some characters have less, but there's a lot of interesting things you can do with that. Another thing we'll be doing in this game is we'll be using a technique to power up our special moves. So I'm going to show that off in the next battle here. Unfortunately, there's no way to skip the autosave. It automatically It comes every time. It's the only very unfortunate thing about this. There is a little bit of loading. Okay, so now we have Tao Ren, who's, I guess, kind of our main rival for this game. And Tao Ren is actually probably one of the stronger characters in this game. But we're going to make quick work of him, hopefully. So the first thing we do is we use the forward and X. X is kind of, doesn't really do much in this game, except it allows us to get into certain special abilities. And so this, at the sacrifice of some of our OSP and HP, we now have the ability to do extra damage. So the enemy's being a little bit tough, but we got through this pretty quickly. So the way this game works is you have your special attack, your light attack, and your heavy attack. And then you can do, basically, if you want to do special in this game, you don't have to do quarter circle forward, which would be on the D-pad, it would be 2, 3, 6. Or if you're doing opposite, it would be 2, 1, 4, you know, opposite quarter circle back. You don't have to rotate the joystick. You just press forward in a direction or back in a direction. And now we're coming up on our first minigame. This minigame is actually one of the hardest in the game. You have to mash the circle button and at the same time jump over obstacles that are going to come on the stream. And some of them don't hurt you, like the cones in the water, they'll just slow you down. But some of them you can actually trip on, like that. But for the most part, I don't want to trip here. Usually I trip about 2 or 3 times, but we're already at 2. Uh-oh, I wasn't going fast enough there. This is probably the second hardest mini game, aside from the quiz game. Lots of fun, and later on we're going to fail some mini games on purpose, but this one in particular is pretty cruel. Especially, you saw there's a rock, so rocks can come out, bikes can come out. Pretty much anything that can come out. Yo is extremely I'm about to get hit. Okay. Please leave me alone, monster. All that happens when he catches you is he backhands you and flings you across the room. Okay. Not a great time. But we're at what, 350 something right now, so it's not that bad. That's about average for me. I have a lot of trouble with that mini game. I got actually pretty lucky there, and it actually threw me off because I'm used to rocks coming out and then 3 sets of bikes, but I got some strange RNG there. Now we fight Tao Jun, and this character is probably my favorite character in the game, just in general for like versus mode. One of the things that makes this game really fun that I'm not going to get to show off is there's a cool thing you can do with normal combos in this game, where if you press a combination of light heavy, you can basically do a special combo in the corner, and it ends with a finisher. So now, oh, there we go. I got the infinite on the corner. So I got to show off the infinite. This game goes pretty quickly because Yo is just a very, very strong character in the corner and can do juggles that you just saw. His special also does a ton of OSP damage on block. So I'm trying to keep up with the commentary here, but I'm actually doing really good on the fights. So the game works in normal. You of course can jump. You have heavy attack, and you can do standard like jump in, heavy attack, standing heavy attack, super. That's all fine, but most characters get really effective when they push the enemy to the corner. Pretty much every character in this game is if you were looking at this game for the arcade speedrun, is usable. Now we get to fight Ryu again, and he actually has his OSP back, so this is actually can become a little bit of a difficult run now if I'm not able to knock Ryu down. So one thing that Yo also has is Yo has a DP. Yo has He's pretty much like your standard Ryu of the game. He has a Hado, a DP, has what else does he have? He also has a super. So I'm not going to get to show off supers until probably the very end of the game. But the way that works is when my health is into the red, if I press forward and square, which is the special move, I can then do a super attack. And you get a special synchronized moves. You probably noticed there's like a little number at the bottom when I'm fighting. What that actually is my synchronization with my character. Okay, here's a mini game we have where we just want to cut the wood, and later on our friend's gonna come, and we just have to make sure that we don't cut him up, because that would be really bad, and we'd also lose time. This is one of the mini games where we actually want to clear as quickly as possible. And it's a little bit, this game has a little bit of RNG with the mini games. Like the sprinting mini game is always random where the rocks and bikes come out, and this one is also random where the stones come out, but I should be able to get perfect clear here. I say that, but last time I streamed this game live, I messed up, and I don't want to show off cutting our poor friend here. Alright, that was an excellent time. We actually got the... Oh, thank you. Yes, by the way, if you can, please definitely support InstaSpeedathon and the InstaMarathon. I'm really happy to be streaming here today, showing this off. This might be the last time I stream this game for a while, just because I've found a couple of other new games, but it's still, when I don't say that lately, I probably played over 200 or 300 fighting games last year, and this was easily my favorite. So I'm not just giving high praise for no reason. Actually, Silver, who we're fighting now, he has a bunch of spirits and is a little bit unbalanced in my opinion. He just has a lot of high priority, so if you probably saw that he did standing knee there, and it just completely beat my my sword attack, so he's not fun to mess around with. As far as fighting games go, it is simple, but there's all sorts of cancels that you can do. And as I was talking about, so the one other thing I forgot to continue about, so when you're fighting, you'll probably see in the next battle, I'll point it out, there's a picture of my spirit, and a number next to him. The enemy has it too. And so during the battle, certain commands will come out on the screen, and a lot of the times they seem to coincide with what you're doing, but it might be like press up, back, jump. And during battle, you can get, like right now mine's at 64%, but you can get that number all the way to 100%. And when you do, you get not only you get a damage bonus, you get a little special animation the first time you use a special move. Oh my gosh, hold on, I was doing some combos to me, but luckily we got to turn around. Very good fight. Actually, these fights are going really well. The current world record holder, by the way, is Mix-san, and he extremely talented player. Is using emulation, but even then, just outside of the quiz, has me completely beat on the mini games, especially the sprinting mini game. So there's a lot of time to be saved in small areas, and the quiz later on that you'll see will save quite a few. So this is one section where we basically have to synchronize all the way to 100%. So I have to be careful and press the buttons at the correct time. Later on, I'm going to get tricked here in this mini game. You'll see that other characters are going to pop up the screen and try and tell me to do the wrong thing. So we have to be a little bit careful. You'll see the screen's going to get cluttered in a little bit here. Luckily, I'm in a good section. It's a little bit hard to see on top of the grass. That was really good too. Okay, we've only had a bad sprint at the beginning here. Fantastic. I'm making it look easy, but yeah, that mini game can get really annoying. Sometimes all 3 characters can come out and try and trick you, and they're all telling you different commands. So it's a little bit mayhem, and you only have a few seconds to press the button. And if you miss it, you lose about 5 to 10 seconds too. You actually lose quite a large amount of time. So here we fight Faust, and Faust always seems to jump over me. I seem to always have bad RNG here. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of keep the enemy away from me and into the corner. Oh my goodness, that was an amazing combo in the corner. Yeah, there's a lot of this like casual and hardcore players fan base for this game about who the best character is. So I definitely say, even if you're not thinking about speedrun this game and you just want to play a pretty cool anime fighting game, this is definitely one to check out. And then definitely message me who you think is the best character. All right, so here's the I think we had the quiz. Yeah, so here's the quiz. I'm gonna do my best to explain what's going on. So this one's like, it'll ask me like whose Silver Road is whose spirit. So then it's saying, oh, it's a little bit too fast for me to translate, but no, I read it wrong. Pi wrong. Okay. Tao Jun. Tao Ren. Okay. Morphine. Okay. So if you get it wrong, you go back out of the tunnel. If you get it right, you go forward. It's just, yeah, it's pretty bad. I didn't say Punch is a Tamales. Okay. You have to figure out whose spirit he was. Punch is a Tanuki. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of trick ones here. So Kitsune is Conch. Okay. Yeah, some characters have multiple spirits, so it gets really, 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 really confusing. And I confuse myself between Tao Jun, Tao Ren, and all the different Smash. Yeah, the name of the spirit is Smash. Spirit of fire, right? Fire. Okay. That was dumb of me. Gel. It's Marco. Ryu. What does he have? Kaminoke. Okay. Jotai is, we are Shaman. Yes. Okay, so unfortunately I'm going a little slow, so you're going to hear the timer come up in a little bit here, because I have to get questions right. Now, failing is just as fast. So the only thing I can do here is do my best. I can try and answer. See, I'm getting it right toward the end. You sung, isn't it? Yeah, we're gonna run out. Yep. So unfortunately, we'll fail the mini game, but you got to see a little example there. It's pretty intense. I made a lot of uncomfortable faces because it's such a pain to study for, and even when I study for it, there's probably over 120 different questions, and it's random. But the answers are random. The order is random. What question come out random? It's just the most RNG in this section, and it's completely Japanese dependent. So it's not a fun section. That's like the one hurdle. But like I said, Mixon, who's the current world record holder, completely fails the section. So it's not a huge deal. If you beat it, you probably would save. You could save anywhere between. I did a perfect and calculated it, and it probably was like, my clear was 30, but I think you could get around 45 if you were able to answer it in just a second. So you still save quite a bit of time. That's quite a I think quite a large time save. But it's difficult. It's difficult. And even when I was studying before, I was only clearing the quiz like maybe 20% of the time. Because it was just throwing out new questions. And I tried to do cheat sheet. I tried to do also. I don't know if anyone else here has done a speed run. They have a cheat. Is there any pattern to the randomness? No. And in fact, the answers are different too. So you just have to be able to read it and answer it right away and know where the correct answer is. This is the one mini game we fail, by the way. We're doing some sort of exercise. I don't know what's going, but our legs are going to quake and we're going to fall over at the 8-second mark. It's the same every time. Celtic Trinculo-san. No, there's no pattern for that mini game and for the slice and dice mini game and for the run mini game. The mini games in this game are quite difficult. The fights though there's a way to definitely the AI can get a little bit tough at times, a little bit difficult, but for the most part. Yo-san is very good at controlling the screen, so he can pretty much clean up characters pretty well in this game, as you've seen. I haven't even been able to show off some of the other crazy combos that I have, just because I'm defeating the enemy too fast. So. I think world record right now, if I'm correct, is like 21 minutes. So we still have a really, really good pace right now. We have 2 more fights and then the Spirit of Fire versus How. Can't believe I got that question wrong. I spelled it in my just pressed the wrong button. If you get 4 questions wrong in the mini game, by the way, you might as well just press random buttons at the end, because you're probably not going to get it. But Marco tends to troll me. This spirit is pretty garbage actually, but has a long range and has a incredibly good full screen beam. Okay, there we go. I actually did not get... We actually might be on pace this time. I'd have to look up what the record is for Shaman King right now. I think my PB is like 10 seconds off the current world record. By the way, if I sound a little bit tired, I am. It's just the end of the night here. So... We have one more fight versus Chocolate Love, and then we go right to the end. Skip. Yeah, 19 minutes and 58 seconds. So I think my PB is like 21:10. So it's a close fight. So unfortunately we won't get it this time, but anywhere below like 25, 26 minutes is really good. Even 30 minutes. And again, go into power up mode, doing a heavy attack, a light attack. I don't really use heavy attack in this game unless I'm trying to do like a blowback mode. Alright, so the next fight is the hardest fight. There's a very good chance we'll lose on the final boss. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, it's under the same name, DBcade, and right now I have under there that I always lose and go fast until the final boss, and that's very true with this game. It's as cheap as it can get. This boss has auto armor. It has ignore attack. It can kill you in about 4 hits. It can technically infinite you if it wants to, just by teleporting on you, which it has a teleport, by the way. It has a teleport that does damage. Full range attack. So I probably spent the most time routing this. I probably spent a total of like 2 days trying to route this game just on this boss. That's how bad it is. And we don't power up in this game. And this is the only stage we don't power up besides the first one, because of how bad Spirit of Fire can be. And so you'll notice that this boss just has a lot of SMP, a lot of OSP. And the reason why I don't power up is that this boss has an ability that everyone has in this game, which is if you press back and X in this game, you can actually reflect the opponent as well as being able to dash. We don't use dash as much in this game. Oh my gosh, did I get stunned? Here we go. Here's my super. There we go. Oh my gosh. Was that a 1 clear? That was a no continue clear. Alright. GG. That was an amazing final fight. I have almost always lost that fight. So the fact that we were able to do that live is incredible. I'm excited. I promise you that boss is hard. I got very, very lucky. But you saw there, I also got put perfectly right into my red health, so I was able to pull off a super. Some other things to talk about this game that I didn't get to use is I didn't get to use a dash move, and I wasn't able to use show off some other techniques, particularly the main combo of this game. But I'd like to come. I would just recommend that try out this game for yourself, and there's probably all sorts of combo vids you can make for this game. Shout outs to the Kusoge community and the Shaman King community for actually last year and even up until now coming out with all sorts of like really cool combos on Twitter and on YouTube. It's been really awesome to see this game kind of explode and people come support the stream. By the way, I always got to just give a shout out. If you like what you saw today, even with me in kind of tired mode here, definitely click my name into a new window and just give me a follow. Been streaming, trying to come back to streaming pretty much regularly every other day. And yeah, make sure you're supporting the Insta Marathon. It's really, I think I was in one of the first marathons, so it's really good to finally come back. This is my first day actually streaming on the new PC setup in a marathon, so this is officially marks the beginning of a new gaming era for me. So it's perfect place to test it off of. Yeah, anyway, if you feel like it ever, just come talk to me about games on my channel, speedruns, fighting games, playing some random Japanese board games. Good place to learn language. Usually my streams are multilingual. And we sometimes will stop the stream and like explain what something means. And there's also, it's a good mix of community in there too. Anyway, that's it for me. So,
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Oh, I'm here.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah. Have we reached time?
What's that?
Have you finished the run?
Yeah. The time was on the final hit versus the boss. Sorry, I thought you heard me.
Sorry, I didn't hear time. Sorry.
It's okay. I was timing on my end too, so it was a 21:34, which is really, really good. That's
Okay,
like
I stopped 3 minutes late.
that's no problem. The fact that there was no lag this stream and it was perfect was excellent. So thank you anyway for having me come out and run this game. It really is like a rare gem. So
Thank you very much for taking part. Just a few final things to mention. Don't forget everyone to go and donate to the Spotify page. If you type !donate in the chat, that will bring up the link to the Spotify page where we're also posting it periodically in the chat as well. There is an any percent showcase in the anti-chamber 100% run, which is at 3 o'clock. About an hour and a half. That has not had any donations in yet. So if you want to see that, then be sure to donate to that. That is £50 within the next couple of hours. So please put your donation towards that if you want to see it. We've raised £40 in total. And our goal is £750. So we're definitely going along in the right direction. Really good to see. Another thing as well, I think during your run, you actually got put on the speedrun.com front page. So welcome to everybody who's here watching on the speedrun.com front page, or anyone who's here from speedrun.com as well. And a huge thank you and shout out to speedrun.com as well for putting us on the front page. Absolutely 100% very, very grateful for that, and hopefully people who are watching will enjoy the speedruns as well. The next run we have is a Lord of the Rings run. It's the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, the Isildur run, and that's by Zajalix, and that will be starting in about 10 minutes time. So sit back, relax, and we are going to go over to that now. DBK, do you have any final remarks you'd like to say?
No, I just want to say that I'll be enjoying watching everyone's run, and yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm glad that I was able to make my first my first new PC experience in this marathon. So this is the one that I'll be using for 10 years. So it was a really good run, and thank you everyone to chat and for the support, and keep supporting this marathon. That's all.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you again soon.
All right. See you.